Welcome back to Suns Valley Podcast, everybody. It's been a while. Suns news has been pretty stale this offseason. Nothing but waiting around for Kevin Durant. We got a little bit of an update. I heard that Gambo said that we might be closer than ever, but that's not what this video is about. I want to talk about Tyson Carter. I want to talk about the person, in my opinion, who earned the two-way contract. Not to say that Louis King isn't a badass himself, because he looked really nice too. I just feel like we've got a much bigger need at the point guard position. I did some research on this kid, Tyson Carter. I found some highlights. I've learned a little bit more about his game, and I think that everyone is going to agree with me at some point that this kid really should have, if he doesn't get our two-way contract, he should have gotten it. Before I get into everything, guys, hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe. The button to subscribe is somewhere below me. I don't know which side it's on, but slap it. Now, first game in the Summer League, I was being a dickhead. I was talking shit on Tyson Carter. I just felt like he looked extremely skinny and scared and nervous, and he ended up having a pretty okay game. Went 5 for 10, 50% from the field that game, and every game after that, I felt like I trusted him more and more. And it got to the point where it felt like when he shot threes, I was much more surprised when it didn't go in than when it did go in. It just seemed like everything he let go of was going in. He looked small to me. After doing research, I realized he's just skinny. He's 6'4", and at the point guard position, which, like I said, is, in my opinion, our number one most important position to nail down, I don't think 6'4" is too short. I think 6'4" is just dandy. Last year, as you all remember, we decided to use Elfrid Payton as the third point guard, and it did not go well. Let's be honest, our second point guard situation is not going well with Campaign. Unless he's able to turn it around this season, I don't know if that's going to be likely to happen. I think that this season, our point guard situation is going to be our Achilles heel. I've said it before, Chris Paul is somewhat figured out. Teams know how to negate Chris Paul's impact. I don't even want to go into it again, but basically, having a rangy defender guard Chris Paul the entire game, full court, takes him out of the game and makes him a 44-year-old looking 37-year-old. Tyson Carter can slap threes at a sexy rate. Like, you saw it in the Summer League. That's one thing. But now looking back and seeing him playing in Russia and playing in Greece, it's not a fluke. That's this guy's game. He is a sharpshooter, a 6'4" sharpshooting point guard with really good handles. He can get to the basket. He's not super explosive. He's not going to rip the rim off. He can dunk. He can dunk on people sometimes. But guys, just remember how dirt poor we were with Elfrid Payton coming in the game. When Elfrid Payton comes in the game, one of two things is happening. The game is so far out of control, losing wise, that it doesn't matter that he's in the game, and or he's coming in the game because we've blown them out so bad that it's okay to play him now because what harm can he do? Tyson Carter can be so much more than Elfrid Payton. Elfrid Payton has never even dreamt of having the jumper that Tyson Carter has. Elfrid Payton is completely washed, and I will be devastated if he somehow finds his way back onto this team. Now, I completely understand people wanting Louis King to get the nod and get the two-way contract, and I have no problem with him eventually making his way onto our team. And if we end up making a trade for KD, we're going to have some open roster spots, and I've got no problem with Louis King taking one of those roster spots and being one of our wings that we try to develop. I think with Louis King, his handles were just fantastic for his size. He really is great at getting to the basket and trying to finish through contact, but his spot up shooting, let's be honest, left something to be desired. I simply do not feel that Louis King is NBA ready as a shooter. Tyson Carter is NBA ready as a shooter. And that's what I would like to see us do for the two-way contract. I'm just dying to know what you guys think. You guys watch the Summer League too. Who do you think it should be? Obviously, we've got to give Ish Wainwright a contract. If we decide to give him the two-way, that's... I don't know. I don't even know if we can give Ish the two-way. Ish deserves guaranteed money. He deserves to be on a minimum contract. Like I've said before, in a pissed off way, Damian Lee is getting guaranteed money from this team, so Ish Wainwright had better be getting guaranteed money from this team. It just would not make sense at all to give it to Damian Lee but not Ish. Once again, Tyson Carter, you guys see his handles, you see his finishing at the rim. Does this guy not come across to you as someone that's just leaps and bounds better than Elfrid Payton? Elfrid Payton can't do this stuff. Maybe he could when he was at his peak, but he's not there anymore. Hit the like button. Tell me what you guys think. Do you want Louis King? Do you want Tyson Carter? Am I crazy for thinking that Tyson Carter leapfrogged King in importance, considering, we need a point guard, not so much a small forward right now? Can't wait to hear from you guys. Go Suns.